Events 101 campaigns to be able to provide jobs for young people to either work at events that they wouldn't normally have access to, or actually into permanent full-time roles within the industry at top agencies within the industry, also working alongside other associations to provide a variety of opportunities.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another CN conference call. I'm Louisa Daley, a CN reporter, and today I'm joined by Benedicta Asante, who is the founder of Events 101. Today we're going to talk about Events 101, as well as Benedicta's passion for diversity and inclusion. Hi Benedicta, how are you doing? It's good to see you again.
Hi, how are you? It's good to see you again.
Good.
I'm doing very well.
Thank you for joining me. So, like I said in the introduction, we're going to talk about Events 101. So first of all, I want to know, why did you launch it and what exactly does the platform do?
So I started Events 101 back in 2020, whilst in my final year at university. And actually, I realized that going into the industry, I didn't have much practical knowledge. And also, it wasn't very easy for someone that looks like me from my background to actually progress within the industry. So Events 101 was actually just to create a space for young Black and brown people like myself to exist in the industry and have a face and a story that they could relate to. Another hope of Events 101 is to create an economic change within the industry. And I say this as the way in which young people are related to within the industry can often be laughable, because as the industry has been predominantly white and predominantly middle class, the basis of our values within the industry are kind of based upon this standard. Whereas actually when you look into the education system, there's a lot more international students and students from diverse backgrounds who may not necessarily have the financial backing from their families or other areas to be able to actually take on free work experience. So Events 101 campaigns to be able to provide jobs for young people to either work at events that they wouldn't normally have access to, or actually into permanent full-time roles within the industry at top agencies within the industry, also working alongside other associations to provide a variety of opportunities which some students can get involved in.
Great, that all sounds really fantastic and a really positive platform. And it's really good to hear that, you know, trying to get people into the industry, especially young people, and I think we need kind of more initiatives like that, because kind of young people are the future of the industry in a way, and it's important to kind of share and pass on knowledge. Before the interview, on your LinkedIn profile, it says that you are a diversity advocate. So I wanted to know, what work have you done in this field, and why is it so important for the industry to get behind and keep driving forwards?
Firstly, I'd like to say that although race diversity is high on the diversity and inclusion agenda, it goes further than race. And for me, I think it's quite important to campaign for age diversity and inclusion. I'm very enthusiastic about creating space for young people in agencies and organizations where the youngest person in the organization is about 40. And namely by being able to work with organizations like EVCOM, BVP, M.I.C.E over the last 2 years, and them supporting what has been, I guess, my ideas. I've seen an actualization of our Bridging the Gap campaign, an actualization which has brought to fruition things such as the shadow boards, the event apprenticeship scheme, which was being discussed for months, and the Realize Awards, the Student of the Year Awards, all these initiatives which were just my ideas, which I just spoke about to the right people in 2020, which are now coming together to be able to provide opportunities for other people who may necessarily have access. And this is just because someone like myself, or even a group of event profs, came together to believe in a cause and of an overlooked demographic.
Definitely, it's amazing what we can achieve if we all come together, and it's great that all those ideas have come to fruition. Speaking of diversity, then I know you said it, you know, it exists outside of race and includes race, obviously. So, yeah. You know, non-alcoholic drinks or accessibility at events. Kind of in terms of diversity, have you noticed any positive changes or progression in the last, I don't know, say 2 years, like especially during the pandemic when we've had kind of time to reflect?
I think yes, there's certainly been vast progress which has been made. When we first started, during especially before and during the pandemic, there was what I believe event professionals, especially at senior levels, speaking with them, the answer that I would always, or the aura that I would always receive is, if it isn't broken, why fix it? And actually being able to go through this very system orientated industry, which is very understandable, you know, where event profs were organized. I think the more the likes of myself, the Ashantis, the Gabbies, the Priyas have been able to push and start cleaning the dust, which is in the industry, we've been able to shed more light on the many processes, such as the way in which we recruit, who recruit, why we're even recruiting them, etc. So I think this has really forced people out of their comfort zones and into the modern world of events and what the future of events will look like. And the landscape has changed so much. And I know there are a few companies who are still all white staffed, who are still all middle-aged, for example, middle class. But whilst we move on, whilst the diversity and inclusion agenda moves on, employing more people of color, employing more people of different ages and different, I guess, abilities, we will see that these organizations will stick out like a sore thumb, which will force them to have to change, or they'll just not progress.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, all these changes that's happening, it's only going to create a really positive and diverse and bright future for the whole industry, which will ultimately kind of reflect into our events. So I think the future is bright in terms
And
of...
I think the industry is vast as well. Like, we work with so many different people that the professionals can't not reflect our client base.
Exactly, definitely, I agree. Well, thank you for your time, Benedicta. It was really nice catching up again.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on here. And
No,
follow Events 101 on Instagram and follow us on LinkedIn.
yes, definitely. And thanks to everyone for watching. I'll see you in the next CN conference call.